And welcome back to the 128 KV podcast. We are back once again.
Due to lack of popular demand.
Yes, and that demand is so lacking that I'm going to go back old school and say, Andy, how's your week in gaming been?
Oh! And I'm going to say, you won't believe this, but I completed a game.
Shut the door. No.
I know. Mr. Play 5 hours of every game but never complete it has completed a game. And just a spoiler alert, I didn't even play the game. I watched it because my wife played it and completed it whilst I was, watching it with her. Directive 8020 that we did a Will It Run the other week because it came out. I'm a big fan of the Dark Pictures anthology games. And unfortunately, I have to say, I'd say this is my least favourite out of all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mainly because they tried to completely one-for-one rip off Alien. And then right near the sort of like end, twist it very harshly. There's a big like twist in the storyline. I just didn't like it, if I'm honest. Like the storyline, which could obviously you play these games with the story. Yeah. It didn't make a lot of sense to me. No spoilers, but what's happening in the game universe and stuff, and the thing that is happening in that, it just didn't sit right with me. I was like, that could have been done differently. I feel like I was more okay with it being a one-for-one rip-off of Alien, but that big twist just didn't sit right. And compare it, because I've literally played everything this studio's made, like all the other ones as well. I just prefer basically every other game over this one, unfortunately.
Wow,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's worth a playthrough, and if you're new to the series, it'll probably get you into it, and then luckily it's uphill from here. Do you know what I mean? The other games are very good, and it all runs fine. It's not as buggy as the other ones were at launch. I don't think we ran into any bugs, and I like the system of, they've got a new system of, it's all choice-based. So your choice directly affects what's going to happen in the story. In the old games, it was kind of like, well, you killed someone, tough, you just got to keep playing, which is, you can do that on this in a game mode, but they've also given you like a tree. So it gives you the split. So you play one thing, maybe you've killed off someone and you're like, damn, I wish I didn't do that. You can actually go into the menu and go, no, I want to go back to the point where the split is and try the next option. And you can play it that way, which I do like. So if you want to complete it and see every outcome, because there's something like 48 different deaths or something, and like different endings and stuff, like instead of having to replay the entire thing over and over and over, you can just go back to the choice splits, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And the storyline makes sense. They've done that classic, I think they did it with Starfield. I never completed Starfield, but with the new game plus, you told me it made sense as to why you would replay it over and over because of what the storyline does.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens here. So they've made it very obvious that everything just goes around and around and around. You could just keep playing it and keep playing it and keep playing it and keep playing it, basically. That's where the storyline's going. I just didn't like it, unfortunately. No. And I was really excited by it. And I was very excited by it until about halfway through when I was like, oh, I kind of see what's going on here.
I think maybe because I don't like New Game Plus personally. I'm not a big fan of it.
No, I don't like it either.
But I don't know if I'm kind of like, if that affects my judgment, but like, I don't like when it's crowbarred in, like, oh, but no, you could go back and do this again for this obvious reason.
No, thank you. Let me play it once, and that's it.
I like choices to have consequence, and I like endings to be definite.
Yes.
Maybe that's just something about how I think, but like I like this kind of like rigid, like, no, you made that choice. Now it's like this.
Yes. Yeah, you can play it like that. You can, but the ultimate storyline, basically, if you wanted to play it again, it would make sense as to why you would.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, no, it wasn't for me either. Like, it's just the characters and how it was set up just didn't make sense to the overriding story to me. It was like, all of these people shouldn't have been on this trip, basically. Like, anyway, I will get into spoilers if I keep going, so I'm not going to.
Don't.
And on the other side as well, the other thing I've been playing is Lego Batman, which I had very low expectation for. Again, we did a Will It Run on the channel, so if you want to know if it runs on handheld, go watch that video. that is phenomenal. Like, best Batman game since the Arkham series. Like hands down.
Seriously?
I thought it was going to be rubbish. I really did.
Yeah.
It's got Arkham Combat, so it's immediately won. But you think it's Lego, it's stupid. And there's so much tongue-in-cheek. It is very light-hearted and funny Lego, but in a funny way. And to the point where my wife, like, she hates Lego games. She's playing it with me now. Like, she actually is enjoying it.
Is it proper co-op as well, then?
True co-op. Like, the player 2. So if you play it single player, cool. You've always got someone with you. Like Officer Gordon or whatever, you know, and that kind of stuff. Or Alfred or someone with you. But when you go 2-player, that second player just takes over that second character that's always with you. And they've got, like, full control over everything. They can build stuff. They can activate stuff. It's not like they're, like, you know, baby player 2 and they've got no control. They've still got upgrades and all that kind of stuff. It's really, really good. Like, and it runs great on PC and on handheld actually as well.
That's really cool. It's really surprised me because I'm like Christina, your wife, that I never connect to Lego games. No. I always feel like they're, well, in fairness, they're aimed at young demographics, aren't they? Yeah. So you just like, I just never connected to it, but the fact that you say it's like the best Batman game in recent years is hilarious.
Absolutely. The amount of references to, like, comic books and, like, cartoons and stuff as well is just phenomenal. Like, there's so many little things that would just pass you by, but if you know, you know, kind of thing. And I love it. Like, it's so funny. They've done really good. They're, like, really good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then the last thing before I ask you what you've been up to is we had very low expectation of 007 First Light, because I just thought it was going to be Hitman with a skin on it. It's very good. Like, I was actually like, oh wow, I actually want to play this. Like, it's really cool.
I'm really looking forward to playing it. The more and more I've seen of it, like you, when it first got announced, I thought, A, this does look like just Hitman with James Bond plunked into it.
Yes.
And B, I don't know if you remember, the early previews we saw of it were a choppy mess, weren't they?
Yeah,
the performance was
great.
awful. Mm-hmm. And this is obviously rendered out from a PC as well, that they're showing you on these showcases. It didn't look great. There was a lot of frame pacing issues and a lot of stuttering. So I was worried about console performance in particular, like, how is this going to behave? And then when you look at, like, low wattage consoles and handhelds, like, this is going to be horrific. But it seems like both of those things are wrong.
Yeah.
And they might have actually just made an incredible movie game, which is such a rare occurrence.
Totally with you. We had the same low expectation of Indiana Jones, and that blew us away. You've completed
it. Blew me away. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, absolutely.
And I even liked it, even though I haven't completed it. And then for this one as well, I was thinking, okay, the game might be all right, but I bet it's going to run, like, really badly. And the freaking base Xbox Ally, the white one, could run it, like, perfectly fine. I was like, what? Like, what is going on here?
Isn't that device becoming more and more of a surprise as time goes on?
The more we do these Will It Run videos, the more respect I have for it. Totally. Like, and especially with what we'll be talking about in the show.
Yeah. I think we spent a lot of time dismissing it. I think everyone did. It's not just us. Because they made the cardinal sin of releasing two very different contrasting devices at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, their power profiles couldn't be more separated. Yeah. And so you ignore it, don't you? Because, you know, we're enthusiasts. So you find the more powerful and you go, oh, I'm going to gravitate towards that.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, like you, the more and more we see it and test it in these games, you go, actually becomes more and more credible and justifiable if you wanted to buy it right now.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
With the 007, am I right in... I've got this weird gut reaction to it, that it reminds me almost one-to-one of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I've
it's like
got
Indiana Jones with more guns.
Yes, yeah, it's weird. Like, as soon as I started playing it, I kept just making the comparison to Indiana Jones, even though it's third person, not first person and stuff. And I think it's just because of, like, the era of movies I think of. Indiana Jones and James Bond are, like, very similar. And, you know, I know James Bond's a lot older, but still, you know, like, I have that association with it. Two huge movie franchises being made into games. Very, very good. The only difference is obviously James Bond is like, this is full origin, not with like a big name actor that we've seen in one of the movies like we have with Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
But it's very good. I like the new James Bond. My wife did not. She was like, why is he a chav? Like, and So, and like stuff like this, I was like, he's not. He's just a cocky young like Marine or whatever he was, and this is like his like step into MI5 or whatever it is, MI6.
Yeah.
I liked it personally. I do want to play it. She wasn't overly impressed. She was like, it's just another Hitman game. I was like, yeah, fair enough.
I think she used the harsher word, actually.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she put an S in front of Hitman. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Thanks for asking, Andy. I've been...
I'm looking forward to what you've got to say. I know what you bought in the last podcast.
Yeah, well, so Operation House Move is still very much underway. Well, I'm obviously in, but yes. I'm still in the exploded mess of moving. And in that, I wanted to add more chaos by replacing the TV. So if you didn't watch last week's podcast, I got a new LG B5 OLED because there was an insane deal on a really kind of highly spec'd one. And it arrived yesterday. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to make more mess. Let's set up the TV.
Yes. Yes. First foray into OLED for you as well, isn't it?
First OLED TV. Yeah. It has the same visceral, organic reaction that you have when you see any OLED device for the first time. Like when we saw the first Steam Deck OLED as it compared to the LCD one. There's just this, wow. It visually feels like you've stepped into the next generation every time.
Yes.
And that reaction never leaves you.
Yeah.
Just turn it on and go, yeah, that's amazing.
Yes. Yeah, it really is, though. It's so different from LCD. Like, it's just not even comparable. Like, it really isn't.
100%. I still need to dial it in a little bit and stuff, and I want to spend some more time doing that. But I quickly went through everything, made sure it wasn't a washed-out mess, and went back into playing Forza, which I've been playing every night since it came out.
That's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fully addicted to it. And I'm a cheat, I'll admit it. I play with all the kind of
assists
track
on. You got the lanes up, bowling.
Not all the assists, but like, the dynamic line and stuff. And I know a lot of people hate that. But I just enjoy just driving around that world they've built.
Yeah.
Doing the events, it's fun. It's easy to play. That's the thing. It's easy to pick up and play.
A bit more arcadey. Yeah.
I'll get bored of it quite soon. I can feel that. But I enjoy putting it on. That, on the OLED, looks beautiful.
Oh, I can imagine.
It looks really nice, yeah. So, that's been really cool to experience. Just loving life with an OLED. I stayed up way too late playing it.
I don't blame you. Yeah. I really don't blame you. Like, the OLED's just, like you said, especially when you've gone from only knowing LCD to owning an OLED, it doesn't go away. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's still phenomenal. And when someone points it out, when you start getting sort of, what's the word? When you kind of take it for granted a little bit, like after time, when you get used to it, when someone points it out again, like, wow, it looks great or whatever, you go, yeah, it does. Or if you go to another screen that's like not very good, like it always stays with you. So yeah, I'm glad for you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And talking of OLEDs, it's a perfect segue to the dumpster fire that happened this week, which has got to be the main story. Unfortunately, of course, we are still talking about the fallout of Steam Deck Gate. And what isn't a price bump is an absolute price hike. Honestly, I'm still in shock. Around 40 to 45% price increase, depending on where you are. The Steam Deck OLED 1 terabyte is now a cool $950 and £780. Is this... I watched an amazing take on it from Moore's Law is Dead. Awesome channel. I know we quote him a lot, and he's well known. Everyone knows who he is. But his take is so good. It's like, is this incompetence or greed? I was like, wow, what a take. Because his point being is like, if they are saying that it's just about component costs, are they buying the components individually off eBay or something?
Yes, because exactly.
There's no justification for this. And if it's not that, then it's greed, isn't it? I mean, it is very round number pricing. I will say that. which makes me highly suspicious.
It's just sad because Valve have been the underdog kings. Do you know what I mean?
They've been the value kings as well.
The value Valve. Yeah, Valve value. But for this move, you know, I would have preferred it if they just discontinued it.
Yes.
Rather than put it at that price. And what sickens me is the next part of the story that it sells out immediately, which to me means they had 5 in stock.
I'm inclined to agree with you. I feel like this is part greed, but also part... I think it's all of the things that, like Moore's Law is dead saying. A little bit greed, a little bit incompetence, but also there's a third part. A little bit is trailblazing, is beating a path down. We said it a couple of weeks ago that we used to talk about console prices and go, you could never go above 500. It's like a threshold, the psychology. And then PS5 with the PS5 Pro, smash it and then smash it again. And then all the hardware comes out, starts talking about like 800, 900. We start seeing PC handhelds break 1,000 and then going like skyrocketing their price, like the Lenovo Legion Go 2. So we get psychologically used to this really high price point. So now the idea of anything being below 500 seems like the biggest bargain in the world.
Yeah.
You have to remind yourself that less than a year ago, that would have been the norm price.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, I think part of this thing from Valve is to get us used to what the price point for the Steam machine is going to be.
Oh, which is going to be in line with what we said it was going to be.
Yeah, I think they're showing us what the price is going to be right there. And now we see there's 2 variants of the Steam Deck OLED that are still on the market. How many variants of the Steam machine is there going to be? 3?
4, I think.
4.
Supposedly, the leaks said 4, but I imagine 3 makes more sense. But
yeah, different, and it'll be different storage.
Yeah, that's all it's going to be. Yeah,
512, 1 terabyte, and 2 probably.
Yeah, it might start at 256.
256
to have the cheapest entry, which is still going to be high. So I reckon 256, 512, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte.
Yeah,
if there's 4.
And I think they're showing us what the price is going to be almost exactly for the variants.
Yeah.
So when it happens, you're like, oh, do you know what? It's actually, it doesn't have a screen. It's in line with the Steam Deck. It's not that bad. Like all of those justifications. So I think we know. I think the Steam machine is going to start at 789.
Yeah.
I think it tells us that.
And originally we said 750 to 1,000, up to 1,200.
Everyone disagreed.
Everyone was calling us out. Like, all you do is bad takes, this, that, and the other.
It's like, bad take channel.
And it's like, what? Like, we could foresee this. This is why literally in like August last year, we told everyone to go buy a handheld because the prices are going to triple or more. And all those people that listen to us are now like, I love you guys. Because they're like, I did it. I took your advice, and now this device that I bought for like 500 is now like $2,000. You know, and it's like, yep, we saw it coming. So Steam machine, I think we were bang on the money, and I think we're going to be right. Like when it actually launches, which is a shame. I've got
really interesting. I know we're diverging away from Steam Deck. We'll come back to it in a second. I've got a really interesting question for everyone with the Steam machine, and you as well. I'm like, hardware-wise, I'm sold on the idea of a small PC box for the living room. I think it's cool, and genuinely excited for it. I genuinely want to buy one.
Yes.
But there is obviously logic as well, and money involved.
Yeah, exactly.
At what point, what's the threshold on which it's just out? I'm out. So, like, to you at home, but to you as well, Andy, like, what's the price point at which you go, nah?
Well, to me, the lowest variant is the only one anyone should buy.
100% agree.
And that's what we said with the Steam Steam Deck at launch 4 years ago. We said, don't buy any of them other than the 64 gig one, because you can just pull it out yourself and change it yourself. And if not, roll with it, install one game, play that game
at a time,
uninstall it. So I am fully with that, especially with the price that this is going to be. So it all comes down to the base price point of the lowest tiered one, which is just going to be storage. That's the only thing that's going to differ. Everything else, performance-wise, will be the same. Whether you pay 800 or $3,000, depending on the storage size, the performance will be the same. It just comes down to how many games you can install on it. So when is the cutoff? Is that your question? Sorry, I went on a ramble.
Yeah. What's the cut-off price? Let's argument's sake. Let's say the base model is 512.
Okay. Oh, base model's 512. I was going to say if a 256 is 750, that's a tough call. However, in the current market, with the price of everything right now, I'd say that's probably acceptable to the point where you're going to get your money's worth for 750, and you've got the choice if you already own more drives, or you can wait a couple of years to when hopefully prices drop and then upgrade it yourself that way. 750 is more than I think anyone should pay, but I think that falls in line with where we said it was going to start. So I think I would be happy with 750. You try and build a Steam machine of equivalent specs right now, it's probably going to be more than that. Yeah. And you're going to have a headache of yourself trying to cram that into a mini ITX like case.
Yeah.
Deal with all the routing, get all the like bits and bobs, install operating systems or whatever. Make sure you're choosing components that are going to be supported by Steam.
Drivers,
Yeah. So like Steam OS or whatever is still not going to be fully supported like this will be. This is your best shot. So at 750, I think it's acceptable. Like, it's still steep. I'd love it to be 500. Who wouldn't? But that ain't going to be the case. 750, I think, is acceptable. I don't think you'll be able to build something yourself of equivalence without going secondhand, which you could. And if you want to do that, all the power to you. But walking into a shop and buying one, you ain't matching that price. So 750, I think, is a cut off for where it starts. And I don't think anyone should pay more than that. Any more than that is no go. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, that's my cut off is 750 baseline, I think.
Interestingly, it's exactly where I'm at. If I start to see 800 in the price point, there's just no reason for it.
Yeah,
I'll just wait. I'll wait for Helix to come.
Yes.
There's no reason it should be more than a PS5 Pro.
Exactly, and that's where I was going to go. Like, at what point do you just get a PS5 Pro?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Have a few good years of some awesome performance on PlayStation games and all third-party stuff that comes there. I mean, obviously, there's advantages to the Steam machine because you've got access to Steam.
Yeah.
And also all the other installers that will work and launchers that will work on it. But there's disadvantages as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't play Game Pass games on it.
No.
That's a huge disadvantage from me and from my perspective.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. If we start seeing an 8 in the price tag of the launch model of the lowest variant, then I'm definitely out. And I think it's going to be just under. I think it's probably going to be $799, and I was going to say
they're going to drop you a 1. And it'll be $799, and at that point, to be fair, if you can get one, because I fully expect these to fly out regardless of the price.
Yes, they will.
It's probably still going to be okay. Just 750 is like where I want it to be, knowing that it's going to be steep. You know, 800's like it's 50 quid more. 50 more. Fine. Like I'd probably pay it if I'm prepared to pay 750. What's an extra 50? If it's like 850, nah. Now you're out.
Yeah.
No. Like as long as it's 8 or under, I think that's acceptable in this time. And not that I would want it to be that, because I've said this in the past. People are like, oh, you're just driving the price up. It's like, you think Valve, like Gabe's watching our podcast going, oh, what's he going to pay? No.
I think there's some awful mixed messaging that happens. PlayStation are entirely criminal of this as well. And I think Valve are at risk of going down a PlayStation route with the hardware and the accessories. And that is, they massively overprice it now.
Yeah.
And sell out anyway. PlayStation do it all the time. Like the DualSense Edge controllers, just hideously overpriced, sells out instantly.
Yeah.
They do a new colorway of the Portal, and you're like, it's just not worth it. Sells out instantly.
Yeah.
I think the Steam machine, regardless of its price point, will sell out instantly.
Yeah, I agree.
And that I worry because that sends an entirely mixed message of, like, commercially, well, it worked. We actually made a fair decision. The Steam Deck price bump, to go back to that, does exactly that. It did sell out in the US within 24 hours. Again, it's still in stock in the UK, but if that is the case, if that is true, and they did have decent supply there, it sends the wrong message, doesn't it? Because it sends a message like, oh, we were right to put the price up. People still will pay it.
Yeah, but people will pay anything. Like anything's only worth what it is to you, if that makes sense. So like I could have like a Lamborghini and I could be like, oh, I'm only going to pay $5,000 for it. Whereas someone's like, oh, it's an orange one. I'll pay 50 million because I'm rich. Do you know what I mean? Like money's like ambiguous, like as to
that's true. It is ambiguous.
To what like people are going to be willing to spend for it. I might spend, $5,000 on a guitar, whereas you'd be like, I'm not paying 500. Like it totally differs per person, and I really think they're doing the whole stock like falsity thing, which they'll probably come out in 2 years and get like fined for in court or something, where they're like driving up hype by putting too little amount of stock out there. Because if they can't get stock for the Steam machines, like in terms of RAM and stuff, they literally said, if you know someone that has RAM, tell us. Like, so like if they have that much of an issue, and the Steam machine has been delayed because of this. Like, Steam machine's been out of stock for months. Yeah. So for them to, they've, like I said, I reckon they've probably got a couple of thousand of them and gone, well, we've barely got any. We can't get any more. Can't get any more components. Let's just triple the price. And it's like, yeah, and then it sells out like that because, again, someone's just gone, oh, it's there, and they just buy it because they're, for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't like it. They should have just discontinued it.
They should have discontinued it. Yeah, continue to support in the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
And all the rest of it, which is amazing. Yeah. I think the only winners from this right now is if you already own a Steam Deck OLED.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you own one, then you are winning, and all the best to you,
Yeah, well done to you. What's the justification now for new people to step in?
None. Don't buy one. Like, if you are looking at this was outdated.
What a harsh take. And we're talking about the Steam Deck here.
I know, yeah.
I never thought we would be saying, just don't get one.
Well, according to comments, apparently we hate the Steam Deck. Even though we've been like massive advocates for it. And we always still say there's a place for it, even though I personally wouldn't run AAA games on it, even though people are like, it totally runs AAA games at like sub 30 FPS. Yeah, it's like, that is not running the game. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's not. So, yeah, I really like the Steam Deck. I still do. But it is not worth that price. Why would you pay $1,000 for that? Do you know what I mean? Like, when you could buy the equivalent, actually better performing Xbox Ally white one for like under 500.
That's the madness.
What?
Because for a long time there was, well, for the past 6 months, the Xbox Ally and the Steam Deck are they sat next to each other because they had the same kind of price point. There's always the argument of like, well, the Steam Deck's got the OLED and it's got the community support and it runs SteamOS natively, and you're like, yeah, I get it. That is a huge draw. But the Xbox Ally, slightly more performant, and obviously it's the kind of trailblazer for this new Xbox mode, and it's got the ergonomics. But it was like kind of no bad choices comparison. Like both are valid.
Yes.
Now I'm with you. I don't think anyone, if you're looking at an entry point into PC handhelds, no one should be getting Steam Deck now.
No one should buy this. $1,000. If you've got $1,000 that to you is the equivalent of like pocket money, let's say you've got that much money that $1,000 is like a day's worth of spare change, right? Then why are you even looking at that? Like, look at the higher end devices. Even for the same price, buy an Xbox Ally X. It's like $999. 4 times more powerful.
Yeah,
like
$50 more.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what? I don't understand who's buying this. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And the Xbox Allies are Steam supported, SteamOS supported. So you could literally just install SteamOS yourself if that's like your driving point of, wow, SteamOS, just put it on the Xbox Allies.
100%
you know,
agree.
Like, I don't understand there is no justification.
The Xbox Ally is half the price.
Yeah, literally half the price. Yeah.
So you buy it and then you've got a $450 budget for games.
Yeah, exactly. And you could put SteamOS on it if you want.
Yep.
And if not, then you've got free Game Pass that comes with it. So use that for a couple of months or whatever, and then put SteamOS on it if you want, or just stay in Windows. SteamOS will give you more performance. So I would be leaning towards that myself. But there we go. I mean, at that price point, you can't sniff at the Xbox Ally, the base one, as an entry point.
Why do you think Valve have done this? What's the motivation? Because there must have been someone in that room that went, this will kill it.
Yeah, well, yeah. They
This
must
will
have
kill
known.
it dead.
Yeah, they must have known it. And that's why I don't understand. Why didn't they just discontinue it and then put a public statement out saying, look, we're really sorry to fans, but the price is so high, we'd have to double the price of these devices because of the cost of RAM and storage. So instead, we've done the right thing, and instead of ripping people off, we've discontinued the product. Look forward to Steam Deck 2 in 3 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, do that. That would have been winning move.
Or they could have gone ambiguous. Just left it out of stock.
Yeah.
So leave it out of stock. Everyone knows what's going on in the world. Everyone knows supply chain, At least then you don't look either greedy or incompetent. It's like, it just is out of stock.
Yeah.
Steam Machine comes out, still out of stock. And then we know that this situation's not permanent. We've seen this situation before with component prices spiking because of something else happening.
Yeah.
We've seen it before. We've been here before, not even that long ago.
Yeah. I just don't think it's ever going to come down to what it was.
No. It's not going to come back down to basic, but we saw that with the graphics card thing.
Oh, yeah.
After Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It never came back down to pre-levels. And also with silicone, when we had the silicone shortage during COVID, and like no one, like cameras couldn't get like processors, like nothing could get a processor.
Yes. Yeah.
So we saw processors spike in price. They never came back down to pre-COVID levels, but they did come back down.
Yes.
So you're right. There won't be back to the good old days, but there will be a correction at some point. So they could leave it out of stock for the next year, and then there's a correction that happens, and it comes back, and it's like, oh, it's 10% more, and everyone goes, well, it's been here 2 years, 18 months. The Steam Machine was here.
I think they should have been more transparent about it. Like come out with a statement and either say, look, we're not restocking it until we can at a decent price point, because otherwise it's going to end up like the prices that they are now. I don't know. I don't see any justification for it. They are like the PlayStation fanboys that will just buy anything that's got a PlayStation logo on it. This is just like, let's put the price up loads because people are just going to buy it anyway. And I don't agree with that. Because if you're uninformed, if you don't understand and you just think, oh, that's the price and I'm going to get this is the best thing I can get. It's absolutely not. It's not the best thing you can get right now. You're just being ripped off. Like there's no justification.
Not even close.
No.
It's not even close to the best thing you can get. $950. What was it? Canadian $13.50. 920 euros. Euros is high. Jeez, I didn't notice that.
What did you say the euros was?
920 euros.
Yeah, nice.
£780. There's something weird happening there, isn't there? Because the pound to euro is not that far away.
Yeah, I'd say it probably is about that.
Okay, 14.30 Australian dollars. That's just there. I'm sorry, but they've killed it and killed it dead.
Yeah.
I cannot recommend that to anyone. When before, I would be like, yeah, do you know what? If you want a really simple entry point to see if you love this handheld gaming thing, get this. You'll have so much fun with it. The OLED panel's beautiful.
It is.
SteamOS is great.
It is, yeah.
So all we can do really is say thanks to Valve for trailblazing this whole PC handheld thing and to move on without them, because the Xbox Ally, like you say, $500, is it?
Yeah.
It's $599 is the recommended retail, quite often loads lower than that.
And it often goes on sale. I mean, right now, if I just quickly Google it, it's literally £445 in the UK.
That's insane.
And that's for a brand new one, refurbished to $399.
We're going to do like a whole piece on like what's next for like new entries. What do you recommend for the entry point and stuff?
Switch to
in the wake of this. I'm with you, man. I would say Switch 2 every time because I love console gaming, but like, I don't think you could look past that Xbox Ally. And it's obviously something to do with the Xbox partnership that the price is so low.
Yeah,
it must be.
Yeah.
But who cares? Whilst it's the case, take advantage of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And definitely look at the used market quickly before the people selling them realize that the price has gone up so high and then jack their used prices up as well. You know,
totally.
and like secondhand retailers, you know, like CEX in the UK that give you 5 years warranty, they will quickly sniff out, oh, look, the price has gone up, let's quadruple it, because they're shocking for that. But if you get in before, if you get in before they rip you off, you can sometimes get a really good deal. So just check around used. Some places give very good warranties and stuff. So yeah.
Before we get on to the other really heavy stuff of the week, because there's
a lot.
Absolute metric ton to wade through. Can I just say, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 was announced yesterday at the time of recording this. And announced day one full features on Switch 2.
Complete parity, baby. It's
exciting.
Hang on. It's not going to be complete parity.
Why is that?
Can you play Call of Duty on PlayStation with a mouse and keyboard?
I don't know. No, I don't think you can. No.
I think you might be able to on Xbox.
Yes.
But I don't know on PlayStation. So therefore it's not complete parity because Nintendo confirmed that mouse mode is going to be usable on the Switch 2. So they've actually given a plus point.
Do you remember when we came back from the announcement of getting hands-on with mouse mode and we were like fantasizing about, hold on, the Switch 2 could be the best console for FPS games in a minute because it's got mouse mode built into it.
Mouse mode, yeah. Yes.
We might actually see that this October. I think it's October 23rd, Modern Warfare 4. Because, complete parity, cross-play, cross-save as well, cross-progression.
Yeah.
So Switch 2 will be able to play multiplayer with all of your mates on Xbox, PC, PlayStation. It's honestly, it's a really huge moment. When was the last one that was
Wii U? I think.
Yeah. Are we talking like 2011?
Yeah.
2011, 2012. It's a long. Like
it's a long time ago now. It's 15 years ago, basically. Which is mad.
Wow. Yeah.
Which is crazy. One thing I hadn't thought about, because you said you'll be able to play online with your friends, but if all your friends had it on Switch 2, you'd actually have the better implementation.
You could use the chat,
because game chat is so good on the Switch 2. It outweighs anything that the PlayStation and Xbox have. The Discord integration is crap on the consoles, and Switch 2 game chat is legit, like good. Like really good. Like the fact that you don't need any microphones, any headphones, nothing. You can have the Switch 2 under your TV with your TV full volume and you be sat like meters away and just talk naturally and you get detected. Your friend's voice comes out of the speakers and none of it gets fed back into the internal microphone.
Insane.
It is incredible.
Yeah.
So for that fact alone, it'll be the easiest way to play with your mates online because you're not strapping headsets up, opening Discord apps, trying to run it in the background and all that crap. You could just be sat there with your desk, your mouse mode.
Your mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, your mouse and keyboard on the Switch. Mouse Joy-Con, whatever.
Well,
it'd be great.
For me, right, I like everyone else, mouse for aiming it's just insane. It's incredible. But I still struggle with WASD for movement.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I still can't get my head around it. So I'm really slow with my left hand, but my right hand's loving life, which is a metaphor.
I don't want to know what you've been doing on that OLED TV.
So like we speculated when the Switch 2 was announced, like you have that perfect hybrid setup where you've got half a controller in your left hand by default.
Yep.
It does absolutely beg for a Pro Joy-Con.
Oh, it does. Like you could not play handheld with the normal Joy-Con 2s because the throw on those joysticks are crap. It's got that like little rubbish nubbin that rocks. Like it's so twitchy. And, like there's no accuracy there at all. And they are rubbish. So Nintendo must release a Pro Joy-Con for these. Like it would be so good to pair in partnership with Call of Duty. And if not, I hope someone like Hori, that were the first people to make Pro Joy-Con for one game. Demon X Machina. Like they literally made the Hori split pads just for that game, and then quickly they realized people like me were buying them to play Animal Crossing and other stuff like that. And they were like, hang on a second, let's take the game name off it and just sell them as they are. And that's what stemmed all these crazy Joy-Con alternatives we see from Nixie, Mobipad, all that kind of stuff. So I'd love to see that, and I'd love to see some like mouse mode attachments from them, because there isn't any. You've got the crappy little stick-on thing that comes with the Switch 2, but I've got that Imp Gaming. I've got it's just over there. It's just out of reach. But Imp Gaming, that is brilliant. It's just a thing on Amazon for like a tenner. Yeah, and you slide your Joy-Con into it, and it turns it into a mouse. It's very, very cool.
Really cool. I know Mopad from it was either in the comments or in the Discord. I can't remember now. Actually replied to someone saying that they are working on a proper Pro Joy-Con.
Yes, yeah.
But it is going to take well over a year until it's ready.
Yeah.
Which was admitting defeat about the M12s a little bit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that'll be too late for this. I wonder, Nixie have done a very good job with the Hyperion 3s. Could they...
No mouse mode on those.
No. These guys must be working on getting a mouse mode built in.
They must be, yeah. It's going to be expensive to have everything once they finally crack it.
Yeah.
You know, but if they do, and they are like the M6 HDs were to the Switch 2, where it literally had everything that the original ones did, other than the little IR camera thing on the right one, then it'll be worth it. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, price point is again, like you're talking about with guitars, it's subjective, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah,
I think it's totally justified of a higher price point, especially when you consider if you wanted to get a second set of Joy-Cons or replace your Joy-Cons from Nintendo, they're like $100 or something, aren't they?
They're expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah, they're expensive.
So why wouldn't a Pro Joy-Con be a similar or more price?
Yeah,
of course. Yeah. But I didn't think about game chat though with Switch 2. They're absolutely right. This is going to be the first Call of Duty in a long time that's not on Game Pass day one.
Yes. Yeah.
I would love if there was clarity on where the sales were.
Yeah.
What the split was. Obviously, they won't release that information.
Probably not, but it would be very cool to see how, because there will be a lot of people that probably opt to choose it on Switch 2 or something instead of buying it on Xbox, just because maybe they travel more and they don't have an Xbox Ally or whatever. Maybe they got a Switch 2 and they're like, you know what, it might be quite fun to play Call of Duty on the go. There's one major factor in terms of whether it's actually going to be playable or not, and that's going to be performance. Because it needs to be minimum 60 FPS. And ideally, there needs to be a 120 FPS mode for mouse mode, because, like, imagine mouse mode at 30 FPS. That would be hideous. A hideous mess. Even playing on controller at 30 FPS, not worth it. Needs to be baseline 60, and it needs to have a 120 mode. Even if it looks like a potato, I want to see higher frame rate modes.
I wouldn't hold your breath either. We're talking about Call of Duty, which is probably... I'd be fair in saying the most poorly optimized AAA game in existence.
Yeah, maybe.
Definitely for file sizes, but it's built on like the frameworks of a lot of old games that have come before it. So the optimization's not there, the efficiency isn't there.
Yeah.
So there's going to have to be a lot of work done to get this running. And you're right, it needs to hit minimum 60 in order for it to be playable.
Yeah.
So, is it going to be as well optimized as like Metroid Prime 4?
No.
It's definitely not, is it?
No. But that's a really good example. You can play at 1080p 60 handheld or 720p 120.
Yeah.
And there's a noticeable difference when you're playing mouse mode.
Yes.
There's a big difference. And the same with TV, 4K 60 or 1080p 120.
Yeah.
And it feels brilliant in 120
I couldn't play it 4K.
On
that game. I couldn't play it. It was just, even with controller, it just wasn't right.
Yeah.
Didn't feel right. Anyway, I'm going to move it along to the star of the future show, but Asterex.
Yeah.
Intel have made their big announcement, the long-awaited,
yes,
and long-rumoured, the Panther Lake announcement, which is now officially the Intel Arc G3 series. Specifically designed for handheld gaming, which is
nice.
I'm going to draw a line there and say that's really cool.
Yeah, because they've actually ground up, gone, hey, let's make this specifically for that.
Specifically for handheld gaming. This isn't like a laptop processor.
Yeah, it's not being
or some
repurposed.
Kind of, mobile processor that's been repurposed. This is handheld gaming, Intel, the Arc G3 and the G3 Extreme. So we know for certain there's 2 flavors.
Yeah. I watched your video yesterday and I kept thinking, I wonder what it tastes like.
I know. When I was editing it back, I was like, why did I keep saying flavours so much? Someone's going to call me out on it. They have to.
I wanted to comment like an ice cream emoji.
Mint choc chip, I reckon.
Oh, yeah. I could do that right now. It's hot in
here. Yeah. There's a lot. There was a lot in that announcement. I tried my best to disseminate it all.
No, you did really well.
I don't know where to start with the processor itself. A processor on its own is not that exciting, is it?
Not really. It's going to be small and look like a square.
XeSS 3 is interesting to see.
Yes, XeSS is where I'm hyped about because the more I use FSR, the more I dislike it. Because
the artifacts.
It just looks hideous. And with some games, even like 007, I'm getting the same performance whether FSR is on or not. And it immediately makes the image quality look rubbish. So running a game at, say, 720p natively, let's just say I get 50 FPS, right? Looks incredible because it is native resolution, sharp, no weird shimmery artifacting on trees and different lighting effects and stuff. It just looks brilliant. That's how I was playing 007, right? Then you keep it at 720p, you throw on FSR performance, so now you're doing an upscale of a really low resolution, and you expect, it's going to look like crap, but I'm going to get loads of FPS. So that's the draw. Now I like 52 FPS. So you've just lost every single bit of image quality for no performance gain. Why would you do that? And on top of that, you lose rain particle effects and stuff because it can't handle it. So just playing it natively is way better, just at a lower resolution.
Anything that's got fine detail in movement. In your video of 007 First Light was obscenely bad.
Yeah.
Around the foliage, around the trees in the distance, even around his head, there was haloing happening. It was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
This is. I was with you. It's like, turn that off. And XeSS they've done incredible development of that since we first started to see it with the MSi Claws. Because when it first came out, it wasn't all that.
Yeah. XeSS in particular, has now got to the point where it is the best image quality out of the upscalers for me. Yeah. So even running it on, because obviously the MSi Claw, the current one with the Lunar Lake processor, has hardware-based upscaling, right? So it uses that protocol to actually upscale it. Whereas you can still use XeSS on non-Intel devices. It's just not running it hardware-based, right? So it's not AI upscaling that way. And even on the software side of the XeSS upscaling, it absolutely wipes the floor with FSR. FSR looks horrible. I'm pretty sure when the Switch 2 came out, I did a comparison against the Switch 2 playing Cyberpunk and the ROG Ally X playing Cyberpunk. I'm pretty certain it was those two devices. And the only way I could get the ROG Ally X to look comparable to the Switch 2's version was to use XeSS. So whilst the frame rate's a little bit lower because it's a little bit more demanding to run the upscale, the image quality, so you don't get as many frames. So FSR is it's going to look like crap, but you might get more frames. XeSS is you're not going to get loads more frames, but it's going to look way better, you know, and that's pretty much how I see the difference there. So XeSS 3 being AI hardware upscaled on these new chips, I think it's going to be amazing. And thrown on top of that as well, we've got XeSS 3 frame generation as well. It's going to be amazing, I think. I think this is going to show us performance we've not seen before.
Yeah, that's the part that really started exciting me when you start digging into that. You start seeing the the development curve that's already happened with XeSS and go, this is a next step up. I'm sure I was trying to find the actual spec sheet because I'm that much of a nerd. When I was reading it last night, it was 40-something tops of AI performance in these. So it's not like a massive step up in that sense, but that's obviously going to be pretty much dedicated to things like the XeSS 3 performance. 14-core CPU layout. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wi-Fi 7 I thought was actually quite interesting. But the really interesting part with it is they, at the same time as announcing the G3 series, were like, oh, by the way, some of our partners are using it as well.
Yes. Yeah, I like that they immediately said.
Immediate. Here are the devices that are going to be using it. It wasn't even like a secret. Now, in the morning, I was talking to the UK team at MSi, going, I hear some rumours that something may be happening. And they were like tight-lipped, like can't say anything, but as soon as we hear anything, I'll let you know. I'm like, God, I wish they would just like let me know now. Obviously, they're not going to. So I wasn't expecting an announcement from them. We knew what was happening because we'd seen like retail leaks of it.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to have this new G3 Extreme in it. I wasn't expecting Intel to let the cat out of the bag of the devices as well.
Yeah.
So in the announcement, they're like, oh, Acer are going to be having it with a Predator Atlas 8. OneXplayer are going to have it with the OneXplayer 3. And then, MSi as well with the Claw 8 AI Plus EX.
Yeah.
Okay. They've made the announcement for them.
Yeah, they've just dropped it. And then right at the very, very bottom of the announcement, they went, some partnered devices available from June onwards. And I was like, what? But none of them have been slated for June release. But no. I guess what they're saying is they are immediately available for partners to get from Intel, rather than it being like, oh, you're going to see it in a year. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's like basically it's down to the partners now to just drop the devices.
Before we get onto the devices, is this Intel to the rescue?
Yeah, to a degree, because I think the MSi Claw current one, the Panther Lake one, is incredible. And like you said, when that launched, it wasn't very good because the driver support just wasn't there. But Intel quickly scrambled together to make that better. And even when we did comparisons like against the other devices, what was that? When the Xbox Ally X came out, I think?
It was around that time, yeah.
And then we were comparing like Legion Go 2, Xbox Ally X, MSi Claw, that kind of stuff. There was a lot of times where the MSi Claw just would like completely outperformed pretty much on any game that had XeSS as well, of course, because that's using like proper hardware upscaling. So if more games adopt it, XeSS, because like 007 didn't have it. All that has is NVIDIA DLSS and AMD FSR. XeSS, I would say, is the underdog in the upscaling stuff. People choose FSR and DLSS. So if we saw more and more XeSS games supported, then absolutely, Intel to the rescue. I think they're really making a push for this.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to get better quickly in favor of Intel.
Did with the current generation is precompiled shaders a thing already?
Not that I know of, no.
Because that was part of the announcement here, is that they're working with to have precompiled shaders, which is my biggest bugbear still.
I don't really understand when they say that. Like, how is that something to do with Intel? Do you know what I mean? That's down to the game provider, like in terms of like Steam, for example, the people that are distributing that game to you. What are they going to like cherry pick people running an Intel system to like? Why don't they not just precompile shaders for everybody?
The announcement is faster game launches, so we can pick this apart. It's quite interesting with Intel precompiled shaders, which downloads pre-built shader files from the Intel cloud for select titles. So I would imagine, right, and just playing fantasy here, that any game that's running XeSS,
it just pulls it, but
will have access to their Intel cloud for the pre-compiling of shaders.
Right. Yeah, maybe it's. I just don't understand how it would work myself, but. No. Yeah, like if you install it off Steam and then it's pinging to Intel's website as well, and then
downloading that at the same time.
Like what? Like it just seems weird to me.
Yeah,
like, it seems weird. I just don't know. Like maybe there'll be more information come out of that will make me understand it. But for me, I'm like, I don't know.
I'd always put it on. Obviously, the game provider and a push maybe. Well, Xbox got really heavily involved in it, didn't they, with Xbox Mode? So I was like, oh, maybe like on the operating side, it's something that they do. But we've seen it with Xbox Mode and them trying to do pre-comp shaders. And when it's there, it's amazing. But it's still few and far between.
There's barely anything that has it,
First Light doesn't have it, did it?
No.
That had some, you were waiting for that.
Oh, my days. The Xbox Ally, the white one, takes forever. Like, it literally is like 15 minutes. Any device that I'm running that's got SteamOS on it is like that. It just, it's done. But anything running Windows is like, I could have walked there and collected the shaders. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's really annoying.
If nothing else, it's great. It's encouraging that even Intel are working on it, acknowledging that it's a problem to make this. I think it's mainstream.
The biggest problem in PC gaming right now is shaders. Because other than the pricing and all the other major things, but in terms of like getting into a game and gameplay experience that you just don't have on console. Yeah. You know, like I want to play a game, you know, I don't want to sit there for ages. Like when I film these Will It Run videos, if there's like 5-6 devices, it takes me hours. Because I'm waiting. I have to install the games, which takes forever. And then the shaders takes forever. Sometimes just booting the game for the first time, depending on the device, takes forever. Like sometimes, like the MSi Claw, perfect example with 007. I left it in the video. Open up the game. Oh, it sees me as a mouse and keyboard, does it? That's great. Now I can't do anything. So now I've got to close the game, reopen it, because even though I've got it set in the MSI Center M that I'm in controller mode, it's like, nah, you're not. You're playing on a keyboard and mouse. I'm like, no, I'm not. So it's like press F12 and like whatever, you know. So it's just annoying. And that actually happened on Forza as well. So there's a few games where that just does not work. Like, you know, you just have to restart. So there's like really annoying little things like that. But shader compilation is my personal biggest annoyance because I have very little time to play. If I was going to actually play a game, let's say I paid full price for this game, and that was my game now I've taken a day off work because I've really wanted to play this game like Batman or something, you know, and I'm sat there for like an hour waiting for this thing to open the game. Like that's just ruined my experience. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't want that. So them working, however they make it work, even if I don't understand it, if they can get it to a point where it helps and shaders are pre-downloaded as the game downloads somehow so that you don't have that problem.
I don't know how in 2026 we're still in a situation where it's not just bundled into the download.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like, and it's like the storefront's like, no, it's not ready for sale until it's there.
Yeah.
Well, why aren't we at this situation yet? It baffles me.
Yeah.
What doesn't baffle me, what does excite me is the first device that we'll talk about that's coming is the Predator Atlas 8 from Acer, which is Acer, I'm just going to say stepping back into the handheld space.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
To put it politely, because when January last year, when they announced the Nitro Blazes,
yes,
it wasn't exactly to a fanfare, was it?
No. No, we might have pulled them apart.
Yeah, but also I think we weren't alone in it. It was clear that they had used the third party and kind of reskinned it for different markets.
Yeah. It was a rebranded handheld, basically.
And some of them didn't even make it to retail.
I was going to say, they didn't make it to retail. There was the original one, which was before then anyway. That was way before. All of the ones that they announced in that January thing just never happened.
Yeah.
Like the Nitro Blaze 11. And
the 11. The
8, which I think was an 8.8 inch as well.
Yeah.
And there was a 6 or a 7. Something like that.
Something like that.
So, yeah, they just didn't happen. I'm kind of glad they didn't, if it means that this is the first one that they're coming back into the market with. This one actually excites me. I don't look at it and see it as a joke like I did with the Nitro Blazers.
100% with you.
I see this and see, first of all, Predator. So I'm like, oh, okay, I know that logo. I know Predator's Acer's like higher tier, range. So obviously this is a brand new chipset. It's a brand new APU. And both of them look very competent, both the G3 and the G3 Extreme. So seeing a brand new device that doesn't look like anything else on the market, that doesn't look like a rebrand, I mean, it might be, I don't know, but it doesn't look like it.
No.
I'm excited for this. It's got some cool stuff on it. Like, it's got the hair trigger mode and stuff like that. It's got 8-inch screen. I'm excited to know more from them. And I'm actually like genuinely looking forward to seeing it rather than kind of it being a joke. Do you know what I mean?
It feels like their first proper entry. That's the thing I'm with you. So they've actually designed something. They've designed something with active cooling that actually does look like it works really well. They say an 8-inch 16:10 display as well.
I love 16:10.
I know you do. I still struggle. A VRR 48 to 120 hertz variable refresh.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's got a low frame rate compensation underneath that. But who knows? Maybe with the partnership of XeSS 3 and especially XeSS 3 frame generation, maybe you don't need that lower VRR window. Yeah,
there's bound to be something that's in there. Two variants as well, like you were saying, the G3 and the G3 Extreme. So that can be interesting to see what the difference actually is on the ground, like when it's in your hand. What's the difference in performance with these two? One thing I didn't like, I will say, is that the two different versions have different battery capacities as well.
Oh, I liked this.
You did?
Yeah, because the G3 is going to be the lower powered device. So it doesn't need as much of a battery, right? So that's going to be the 60 watt hour version one versus the G3 Extreme is going to be the 80 watt hour version one.
The only thing I would say with it that disappointed me was, wouldn't it be cool to have an 80 watt hour battery in something that uses less? So you just have like mega battery life.
Yeah, no, I get you.
That's like a sellable feature.
But wait, this is going to be lighter. It's going to be arguably cheaper. And
that's true.
We've got to think Acer, to me, are the more like budget side. Even their Predator line doesn't hold a candle up against like the high prices of ROG, the ROGs and stuff like that. So to me, anything that they can cut corners on to bring prices down, especially on the cheaper model, I'm all there for. I'm not expecting this to be Legion Go 2 style, all bells and whistles, OLED this, like blah, blah, blah. I want a very competent handheld from them that's decent, like build quality, that's got decent features, and that arguably comes in at a good price point versus everything else in the market. So I see 60 watt hours. If this is that efficient, which Intel are saying it is going to be, then I don't think we'd need, like, I want to get to the point where we don't need these whopping great big laptop batteries in it.
Yeah,
start making them smaller again. Do you know what I mean? Make the devices lighter and maybe, more powerful with less cost of power. Then I'd be happy,
24 gig of RAM as well.
Good.
Yeah, it's the sweet spot, isn't it? Let's be honest with these devices. But yeah, their first proper step into it, price point's going to be huge. We won't know any more about that for a little bit. I think the kind of slated release is October.
Okay.
Which kind of falls in line with when these devices typically kind of drop into hand. But again, we'll know more soon. I'm talking to their UK team in like the hope of getting a bit more info and maybe even getting hands on, which would be cool.
I would love to see it.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to see. But if nothing else, I'm genuinely excited for another mainstream manufacturer stepping with a proper device.
Yes, and that's the thing, is like seeing Acer, like I said, because I associate them with good value.
Yeah.
I really hope that they can get that price point correct. I know this is their Predator line, so it's still going to be pricey, but if it just undercuts other stuff and you can see that, okay, yeah, it's not got this or that, but actually it's really good value, I think they could do something brilliant here. And like you said, because it's another big mainstream PC company, basically. I'm excited for someone new to step in the game.
Yeah. OneXplayer as well was the other one with a confirmed device, the OneXplayer 3. It's using the 8.8-inch OLED, which they announced was the X2 Mini, was it?
I think it was something like that. I can't remember what they call. There's so many of the devices.
Yeah, a couple of months ago, they announced a device with this exact display in it.
Yep.
The 8.8-inch OLED, which we were kind of talking about, like, is it the same display that's in the Lenovo Legion Go 2? It does seem like it.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
144 hertz refresh, VRR, HDR. If it's not the exact same, it's like a very, very similar.
It's going to be the same, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be the same.
It's going to be the same.
Now, this is really interesting. It's going to be very expensive. It's a OneXplayer device.
Well, that AI 395 one, the AMD variant, was coming at like $3,000.
Yeah.
So this one, I don't know what, obviously we don't know yet, but where the G3 Extreme sits versus a 395.
That's very interesting, yeah.
I'd be really intrigued to see those comparisons. But price point, OneXplayer is going to be what I imagine is the complete polar opposite to Acer.
Yes.
This is going to be the most expensive one you can get.
And I will say, to be fair to OneXplayer, obviously they've got much smaller supply chains, but beyond that, the actual device itself, if you remember the device with the 8.8-inch OLED that they announced a few months ago, had the detachable controllers, had the kickstand, and then a port for attaching a keyboard.
Yeah.
So they were branding and marketing it as like, yes, it's a handheld gaming device, but it's actually more like
it does everything,
a laptop as well,
and a tablet, and this kind of
that. And this is exactly the same. It's the same chassis by the looks of it. Detachable controllers, attachable keyboard, or a tablet mode. So like 3 modes you can use it for. So like if you say it's a laptop with an 85 watt-hour internal battery, maybe the price is a bit more justified then.
Yeah. It all comes down to how rich you are. That's what it comes down to. I wouldn't buy one as a work situation. I'd just buy a laptop. I'd buy a MacBook. But that's just me. Like, if you want a gaming device that you could do a little bit of working on or whatever, then cool, that would scratch your itch. But I ain't paying $3,000 to do work on a tablet. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then do a bit of gaming on the side. And that's just not what I would put my priorities in. I see this as just a gaming device.
Of course it is.
That has the ability to attach a keyboard to, which you could do to anything with a Bluetooth keyboard. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. But it's, like you said, they're a smaller company and they make small batches of stuff. And they always go all out on spec.
Yeah.
So this is going to be brilliant. Like, the thing itself is going to be fantastic. It's just, again, whether you're rich enough to buy one.
Well, and the other question with that we always have of like OneXplayer and WinGDP and stuff is like ongoing support.
Yes.
It is a concern. They aren't as well established in that sense of things, and they release a new device every 5 seconds, it seems. So, do they cut and drop the old ones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You saw it with Air Neo, like stopping pre-orders of a device because it got too expensive. How well is that going to be supported into the future?
Yes.
I always have a concern. I love the idea, though. I love the excitement behind like what's the best spec of everything that we can put in a handheld right now? Let's do it.
I would love one. If they sent one to us for a long-term loan so that we could do the Will It Run videos with it and just run tests on it, I'd love it. And I bet I would absolutely love it. It's just I know it's priced out of where I could personally buy one, and I wouldn't want to stretch
the really interesting one there where you're talking about like the really high prices and the kind of niche enthusiast devices like the OneXplayers, is that now we have with them an 8.8-inch OLED that's got the Strix Halo, the 395 Plus, and the Arc G3 Extreme as well.
Best of both worlds,
Best of both. I really want to see them side by side.
Choose your flavour.
Mint choc chip.
Yeah, I'd love to see those side by side. So OneXplayer, if you're watching, just send us your most spec'd out AI 395 one and your G3 Extreme.
Yeah, why not?
Just let us have them. It'll be fine.
There's 2 of us, so you might as well send both.
A couple each,
A couple. So send 4.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I need a backup. It's really hot here right now, so it might burn out.
But overheat.
So, yeah, exactly. But no, I would love to try them out, and I bet it is brilliant. I bet it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And if you had the AMD one, SteamOS support, then you wouldn't even have to worry about all the driver problems. The problem is SteamOS is not currently supported on Intel Arc, I believe. So,
really?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, I might be wrong. It might have changed now, but I know previously it wasn't supported. So, like the MSi Claw, you couldn't put it on. Again, I haven't checked that in a while, so I might be talking old stuff. But yeah.
So the third and final device that got announced but hasn't actually been announced by the manufacturer yet is the MSi Claw 8EX AI Plus.
Man, can they please change the name? Like, oh my days!
I'll talk to them. I'll say, love you, but can you change the name?
Yeah, they're like, I don't want someone that's just fallen asleep on the keyboard and then them go, that's the name. Like, just call it the MSi Claw G3. There you go. And the G3E.
I know that someone in like some guys in a room somewhere were like, 8 because it's an 8-inch screen.
Yes. Who cares?
Nobody cares. No one follows that. It makes zero sense. The fact that they keep calling it the Claw 8 doesn't suggest to me that it's a new one.
No.
I'm very simple, but I follow the numbers from it's a PlayStation 2, now it's the PlayStation 3. Yes. I understand.
Yeah. But what's up with the EX AI Plus? Like, you start putting like non-characters in there.
I know.
Then I start drifting off, like -//-5. So what? Like, I don't know, like @ symbol, like, it's why? Just leave it alone. Like, we know it's got AI in it. You don't need to put it in the name. It frustrates me. The other thing is, I'd love to see, judging by the leaks right now, it looks like it's the exact same chassis as the MSi Claw 8 AI Plus, which also has a stupid name, in my opinion. I'd love to see a chassis change, like a brand new design. Like what we've seen from Acer Predator here, like brand new handheld. Yeah. Because they've obviously, MSI have got the old Claw that no one talks about, the one that's swept under the rug. That is a thing. Then they moved over to the AI Plus, brand new design. Cool. Then they made the best looking handheld of all time.
The Lambo.
That Lambo Green A8, which had a decent name, the Claw A8. It's easy, simple, like me. It looked brilliant. It's fantastic, and that was their AMD jobby, right? Which doesn't get enough love, for sure.
No.
But with this new variant, I get that even in the name, the 8 AI Plus EX, you're basically saying it's the same as the other Intel one. So I really hope that they've changed something about it, because for me personally, I prefer the feel in hand from the A8 over the 8 AI Plus, which to me just felt a little bit cheap on the quality side. And I know for sure this ain't going to be cheap.
No, this isn't going to be cheap. So we're waiting for official word from MSI about this. I found it odd that Intel named the device directly, but MSI haven't actually put a press release out about it.
It's weird, isn't it?
But yet the other devices instantaneously did their full press release, put videos out and everything.
Acer were hovering over the button on YouTube upload. Like literally the second, if you Googled either Googled or went on YouTube last night just after the drop and typed in Intel G3, the only video other than Chinese random videos on YouTube was Acer with bam, there's the Predator Atlas. I was like, that's quite good of them. They were ready.
And obviously, it seems like MSI are waiting for next week with Computex happening.
Yes.
But what we do have is one of the retailers in Australia accidentally listed it.
Of course.
And this always happens. No one ever accidentally does this.
No.
But it gets us talking about them. And there's 2 models, but they're the same models. One's a launch pack, which comes with some...
launch pack?
Yeah, it comes with...
Like a sandwich.
It's the same specs, but it comes with a Claw keychain, tempered glass screen protector, Claw grip caps, and a travel case.
Oh, I like that.
$100 Australian more. So this is an Australian retailer. I'll get to the price in a minute, but it does tell us some of the specs that we should expect, which is interesting. It is just the G3 Extreme version.
Yeah.
We don't know if they're going to do a G3 version. It doesn't seem likely. Apparently, 32 gig of RAM.
Yeah. Yeah, the AI Plus is a 32 job, isn't it?
Well, then that makes a lot more sense. So a differentiator there with what we see from Acer.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
But also will be a price separator as well.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, the AI Plus was always, before all these mad, crazy price things, was always the expensive one. It was over 1,000. Back when everything was like 800. They were like, we're steamrolling here because we got 32 gig of RAM, really nice 8-inch screen. Like the Intel, it was a lot going for it. I'd kind of, just taking a back step, I kind of like the starter pack thing. I know it's 100 more, but that makes so much sense because I hate buying a handheld and then spending literal days on the internet trying to find what screen protector do I like? Where's my thumb grips? What case can I get? Because they often cost £5 million and don't come with a frickin' case. I hate that. So if you can just pay, 100 more, which you'd probably spend on accessories yourself anyway, buying them from here, there and everywhere, and you just get everything, I'm kind of cool with that. I'd like to see more people do that.
I mean, specifically, the screen protector.
It's
the biggest bugbear. You think even like the Legion Go 2 now, the choices are still very slim, aren't they? Especially if you want something specific.
The only one anyone should get is the one that I recommend.
Yeah. If you want like a matte or like a non-gloss, very hard to get. So anyway, the Claw 8 with the G3 Extreme, 32 gig of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, 8-inch, 120 hertz IPS touchscreen, Wi-Fi 7, 80 watt-hour battery, and Windows 11 Home.
So basically, it's identical to the Claw. The current one is just swapped out for the new G3 Extreme, which is fine.
Yeah, which is fine because every other part of it is actually very good.
Yes, I just personally don't like the ergonomics and stuff of it.
Just if you could just launch the Lambo Green like you saw with A8, that would be wicked.
Yes, put it in that shell.
Now, the bit everyone was worried about, I asked in my video yesterday or whenever it was, we did it about this announcement. I was like, leave us your questions below, we'll try and get to them. I'm going to say 99% of it was, sounds great, but what's the price going to be? Everyone's scared of prices now.
I was right there with everybody because I'm there with the hype, like my little child self in there that loves tech. And I'm like, ooh, new, look at this. This is going to be amazing. Like XeSS 3 and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, woohoo. And then quickly getting shot down with, oh no, which limb or body part do I sell? Do you know what I mean? Like, because we're at that stage. Find your black market dealer around the back of the shops and sell a kidney or something. Because that quickly shot me down. I was like, man, it's just when the Steam Deck goes to 1,000, which is 4 years old, it's like the granddaddy of handhelds now. It's got a big beard and a walking stick. Right, and that gets doubled in price to 1,000.
I know.
You know where roughly this is going to be sitting, don't you?
Yes, well, yeah, and you're not wrong. So this was obviously a leak from an Australian retailer. They obviously published the listing before they were supposed to. So in Australia, the price was 2,749, and the launch pack was 2,849. So that's Australian dollars. Oh my God. I think that includes their sales tax.
2,800.
Yeah, Australian dollars.
I don't know currency to Australian at all.
Australian dollars is...
Monopoly money.
Yeah, basically. It's not actually real.
No.
No one actually lives there but from spiders and snakes.
Yes. That's
okay,
true.
so it's the page that I'm reading from converted it to American dollars and it was 1,780.
1,800.
1,800 US dollars.
And you've got to think in America...
Yep.
Stick on all your import taxes and all that kind of stuff as well.
So including sales tax, they had it at 1,900. So if that is double the Steam Deck price, we know that the Steam Deck, that same variant in the UK was 780.
Yes.
So you're looking at £1,500 probably.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So.
Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Sounds
for right
about
now.
Right, yes. And I imagine... what's the Legion Go 2 currently in the UK? Because I stopped giving a crap when they
1900.
1900. Oh my!
Your reaction is right. Last time I looked, it was £2,000 for the for their top model. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so if it's £2,000, then yeah, fair enough. If it comes in at like 1,500, then this will probably perform a lot better. You know.
Are we saying the new? Oh, Andy.
No, I'm not saying it's worth
Are we
paying.
saying no? But like, I've just realised the psychology that's happening here.
Yeah.
You know, like I was talking about right at the start of the Steam Deck, like, are they just trailblazing the price to get us all used to this number?
Price point, yeah.
And then the Steam Machine launches at that number, and you're like, actually, not that bad. Thought it was going to be way more. Is the new psychological threshold for handhelds 1,000?
Yeah. I think that's what they're pushing
if it's like...
MSi started this, you know that, before any of the price hikes.
Fair point, yeah. They were expensive.
They were over 1,000 to begin with.
Yeah.
And then we saw slowly, like, Steam Deck came out at what, like 400 or whatever it was.
400, yeah.
And which everyone was like, oh my God, 400. Like, it seemed so expensive back then, 4 years ago. And now we're all dreaming that would be the case still. And then the original Ally was like 5 or 699, I think it was. It was considerably more, but double the power of the Steam Deck. So everyone was like, oh. And then the Ally X was 799, drove it up again. And then the Xbox Ally X's, you know, that drove it up. Well, it actually was the same here in the UK, I think. But in America, it was 999 or whatever, you know, like it's, or 899, then it went to 999. So yeah, I think the baseline for like a top tier handheld is like starting at 1,000. And now, well, that's going to be mid tier now.
Yeah.
Top tier is going to be £2,000, which is just outrageous. In 4 years to go from 400 to £2,000. It just doesn't make any sense, does it? Like,
the world we're in.
That's my issue now. Is I can't get excited by it.
I know,
because that price point, like, I literally I was real on the fence of buying a Legion Go 2. Do you remember when it came out? And that launched at 1,050.
I remember thinking you were mad doing it. I remember saying to you, like, it's absolutely crazy, man.
And I only did it because I knew I could get like a discount from Lenovo and whatever else. People getting it on Very here in the UK with like finance discounts, like 20% off your first purchase or whatever, that kind of thing. And we were all trying to do these little hacks. I downgraded mine to 512 gigabyte to knock another 100 off. I think I paid something like 750 or 800. And that was expensive because previously I bought the Ally X at 799 or whatever it was. And I was like, man, I was like, okay, fine, I'm going to get the Legion Go 2. And I managed to get it down to like 800. It was around the price I paid for the Ally X. And that's where in my head I was like, okay, I'm okay. Like, I'll do that. And that was way more than I wanted to spend. I didn't want to spend that. And now, like, them being up to like £2,000, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it again. So that's the thing here is like, when does it end? When do people just stop buying these? And when does the companies go, you know what? No one's bought these. Like, I don't know how this goes because these are so niche. Yeah. They can't expect to sell 100 million of them. They're not Nintendo. Do you know what I mean? No. Like, at these price points, you're probably going to sell 5,000 of them worldwide. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and is that enough for all that R&D, all of the buying of all those components, all the machinery to build this stuff? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just can't see how it's viable.
It's a weird one to get your head around because obviously these PC companies, their business model is built on, there's a new piece of hardware that's launched, we better make a device for it.
Yes. And
that's been the case since day dot, isn't it? Like, yeah. And with some things, you see upgrades every 6 months happening. So that's the pattern that they're used to. But as PC gaming becomes more and more like mainstream, like more and more stepping on the toes of console gaming, and handheld devices are a big part of that, it starts becoming very difficult. Like, I was talking to one of our channel members in the Discord, and they were, I think, upset about not upgrading when it was cheaper and stuff.
Yeah, hindsight.
Like, hindsight. Like, yes, but that is PC gaming, and their perspective was, I've come from consoles, and this was my first step into this, and now I feel like I've had a bad deal.
Yeah,
it's like it's not the generation upgrade that you're used to from consoles. It's not like going from PS4 to PS5. It's not that leap.
Yes.
You're not being left behind, but psychologically you still feel like it.
Yes, yeah.
You have to try and find a way to let go of that feeling.
You have to find peace with that. And that's where I do respect the Steam Deck. They are giving you the console experience.
Yeah, totally.
Even though it's probably less than ideal right now, if you had a Steam Deck day one and literally ran it for the 6-7 year life cycle it will have until Steam Deck 2 comes out and then went to that will truly be a console experience generational leap.
Yeah.
It'll be huge. But when you're in the PC handheld side of stuff, like all your Lenovo's, all your MSI's, all your Acers, all the whatever, that's a different story. Because like you said, they pop them out every year, left, right and centre, with something just a little bit better to tease you into it.
Yeah.
It's just now that they're just out of reach as an upgrade. So I'm going to have to find peace in it, because I have upgraded each time because I want to showcase everyone and whatever, but I ain't going to be able to afford it. So unless we get given one as a loan, which we often do, like the MSi Claw 8 AI Plus, the MSI have said, have this, do some videos on it and we'll have it back.
Yep.
They're not giving it to us, not paying, they're just lending it to us, borrow it. And that's fine. I'm more than happy to do that. But on a personal side, I'll be sat with my Legion Go 2 running SteamOS now for years.
Yeah.
until we get to a point where they're affordable again.
Yeah.
Or to a point where that chokes out and dies, and it's like inevitable to finally make a generational leap.
So back to the point of like who's buying them is the real concern. And yeah, I think there will be a fatigue at some point, because I think this excited a small percentage of PC gamers and then started stepping into a small percentage of console gamers.
Yeah.
But the whole Steam Deck trend, let's call it what it is, was felt more like it was aiming at console gamers in a roundabout way of getting them into the PC space rather than getting PC gamers into the console space.
Yeah, I totally get you, yeah.
They get fatigue is my concern. They'll get fatigue way quicker.
Oh yeah, because they'll see what's greener on the other side,
Yeah, and do we see a pace slowing down of releases, or do these manufacturers just keep ploughing on like they always have, blindly going, there's a new processor, there's a new screen, let's make a new device for it? Because at some point they'll become untenable.
Yeah.
There's obviously a sales figure they have to reach for it to break even and stuff.
Yeah. That's my concern, is they're going to price themselves out. No one buys them. The company then, Mr. Business Director that doesn't know anything about anything will go, that didn't sell. Let's just axe all the handhelds. Whereas that's not the way to do it.
My selfish hope is that by the time we all get fatigued of the price hiking all the time, we'll have genuine handhelds from the likes of PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah.
Maybe even a Steam Deck 2 by then as well.
Yeah.
I just still think that's quite a few years off, though.
Yeah, I think the only hope would be Xbox, because they are PC. Do you know what I mean? Because again, I've got a huge Steam library. I wouldn't, unless I was in like Valve servers blew up and everyone had to start again, I wouldn't be going PlayStation or something like that,
No.
So for me, Nintendo's the same. I'd have to buy everything again from scratch. Whereas I've got many, many, many games over many years that all have saves on and stuff on the Valve servers or other PC storefronts. So it's Xbox only for that.
I wonder if the kind of late success of the Xbox Ally, as we go into through 2026 and it becomes more apparent that it's the good value option and that it actually offers decent performance, and the Ally X as well. I wonder if that reignites the potential for future collaborations between Xbox and Asus.
Yeah, I really hope so.
Because I got the impression that post launch, it wasn't all roses.
No, because people were expecting a console experience and it wasn't. You know? And and people that were already in the PC space were disappointed with the lack of upgraded screen and stuff like that, so there was kind of disappointments on both sides. However, now that we're at the point where everything costs an absolute bombshell, they are the best priced handhelds. New. When you're looking at new retail only, they're the only ones you should be looking at, honestly. Like, and again, unless you're rich, in which case you take your pick, but for most people, the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X are the only ones they should be looking at.
I hope that they see a uptick in sales as a consequence. And that, because I loved the idea of the Xbox partnership on paper. I love the idea of like Xbox being slightly involved in it, and perhaps there's like a subsidization of the pricing as well to make it more accessible and to get people into the Xbox ecosystem. I really liked that. I thought that had huge potential. So it'd be cool if it does pick up in sales, that gets reignited. I'd like that, because it just selfishly it just means that there's potential for cheaper devices on the market.
Absolutely,
I did want to dig into some other stuff, but I feel like we are an hour and a half in.
Wow. Yeah, we can always cover even more stuff in separate videos, can't we?
Yeah, we're gonna have some more stuff coming. It's quiet on the game release front coming up, so we've got some more. I want to find a better name for them. We call them rambles when we have these short conversations with each other about stuff. We've got some of them coming up, so you got that to look forward to. But let us know what you guys think about all this. Has the price hike killed your excitement for the future?
Yeah, it has for me.
It's really hard to get past that. And I really want to know from everyone at what price point you're out on the Steam machine.
Yes, and at what price point are you in on Switch 2 now that it's got Call of Duty?
Yeah. Can we all agree to buy it on Switch 2 so we can all hang out in game chat?
Yes. Game chat genuinely will be the biggest underutilized, the most overlooked feature.
It'll also be the source of the most account bans when that Call of Duty comes out.
Oh, yeah.
the amount of swearing that's going to happen on that.
Yeah. Definitely.
I wonder if they monitor it, if they'll just be like adult mode. Let it happen.
Do you agree you're over 18? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah.
Right, it's Wild West over there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do not let little Billy in here.
Little Billy's been left behind with all these prices.
He can't afford them. That's what I was going to say.
No, can't even afford a Steam Deck anymore.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Let us know down in the comments down below. What's down there? Make sure you like this video. Subscribe for more handheld gaming content. What else could they do, Andy?
Check out all the Will It Run videos that have been up recently of all the new games that you should be playing. And also become a member and you get to chat to us on our private Discord and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and show some respect for my Boo t-shirt. I'm digging them all out now.
I like it.
Right, so until the next time.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.